Okay, welcome to another fun Friday of 100 stitches every Friday. Tonight we're going to be doing the Prairie Stitch. It's a pretty easy stitch. It only involves 2 stitches, the single crochet and the half double crochet, and it's just a repeat of every other row. So not too complicated. When you're starting out, go ahead and do your slip knot and hook it to your needle. Then you just want to crochet in a even number of 2. So it doesn't matter how many you want to use, but make sure you do them in a multiple of 2. So I'm real quickly going to make a little sample layer here. And we'll count and see how many I have. Go in. So I got 19. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. And that's a pretty good little piece. So I'm going to do 28. Like I said, just make sure you do multiples of 2. Now, on this end, you're going to skip the one on the chain or the one by the hook. You don't want the one on your hook. You don't want the one next to it. You're going to go into the second one there, and you're going to put a single crochet. And you're going to continue to single crochet back across the entire chain. 1 single crochet in every chain. So continue back across the row, single crocheting, and we'll meet up at the end of the row. Okay, so now we've completed that first row of single crochet. You've gone all the way back across, and we are at the end. So on the end of this first row, we're just going to chain 2, and then we're going to turn, and there you can see we're ready for the second row. Now on the second row, you're going to skip 1 right here and go into the second one, and you're going to do a half double crochet. So there's a half double crochet. If you don't remember what that is, I'm going to show you again, because we're going to put 2 in this stitch. You're going to yarn under like a double crochet. You're going to go in the stitch and pull the yarn back through, but instead of pulling through 2 and then through 2, you're just going to pull through all 3. So there's your 2 half double crochets. You're going to skip the next V and do 2 half double crochets in the next stitch. Again, skip 1 V, there's your row of V's, skip 1, you're going to go into this one here, and you're going to put 2 half double crochets. And so all the way down this second row, you're going to skip 1, 2 half double crochets, skip 1, 2 half double crochets. Do not chain in between. When you're skipping a stitch, do not put a chain. Just put 2 half doubles in every other stitch all the way down the row, and I'll see you at the end of the row to show you how to turn around. Okay, so we've made it to the end of our row. We've put 2 half doubles in every other stitch, not chaining when we skip a stitch, just literally skip a stitch, 2 half doubles, skip a stitch, 2 half doubles all the way down. When you get to the very end, if you've done your multiple of 2 right, you will end up with 1 stitch on the end. We're just going to put 1 half double crochet into that stitch by itself. So on the very end, you will have, well, if I can get into it, this yarn that I'm using here is a little bit slicker than most yarn, but there we go. You're going to half double crochet into the last stitch on the end, because you're going to have 1 left over. Now this time when we chain, we just want to chain 1 and then turn. This row here is going to be just like the first row. There's your V's. You're going to single crochet into all of them all the way down, including this first one. All the way down the row. All the way down the row, just regular single crochet into every stitch. All the way back down. Remember again, when you turn to this time, you just chained 1. The reason for that is we want our project to stay square on the ends, and it helps us out keeping that end square. So let me show you that here. there is the finished edge, and the edge will be square straight up because you've put that one chain on there. So we're back doing single crochets all the way across. I will meet up you with here in just a second as we finish this row. Okay, we've single crocheted all the way back, so now we have a single crochet row, we have the half double crochet row, and then we have a single crochet row. Now this time at the end it's going to be a little bit different. If you'll notice, you have a stitch right there, a V right there, that you should go into. I do not want you to go into that, because when we turned, we counted this chain 2 as a stitch. So you technically have 2 stitches on the end here, one here into this V and one here on the end. I want you to skip the V stitch right here, this very last stitch, skip that, and I want you to single crochet just into your chain 2 that you made, okay? That is really your last stitch. And it's going to be kind of hard for me here because my thread is so thick, but I just want you to put a single crochet, skip the last V, and then in the chain 2 that you made when you turned, put the last single crochet. That is also going to keep that edge straight when you turn every time. What else happens is if you were to put a stitch into that last V, it's going to add a stitch to your row every time you progress. So you're going to end up with your project looking like this. It's going to start fanning out, out. So when you're doing that single crochet row, every time you do that single crochet row, when you get to the end and you have a V stitch, one last V left, and the chain 2 from where you turned, only put a stitch in that chain 2, okay? Now, we're at the end of our single crochet row, so again, we're going to chain 2, and we're going to turn. We're skipping this first one, and we're putting half doubles in every other stitch. So 2 half doubles into that stitch. Do not chain, just go to the next stitch, skip one, and in the next stitch, a half double, and another half double. Do not chain, skip a stitch, 2 half doubles. Again, if you want to review the half double, it's a yarn over, go into the V, pull yarn back through. You'll have 3 hoops on your needle, yarn over and pull through all 3 hoops. Again, don't chain one, just 2 half doubles in the next V that you skip. Skip the first one, go in the next one. I'm going to let you go ahead and finish that row and go all the way to the end, and then we'll meet back up one more time. Okay, once again, we've finished our 2 half double crochets in every other stitch all the way down. We're back to that end again. Remember, there is one more V, and then there's where we chained. We only chained 1 on that previous row, so that's not counted as a stitch, but this last V is, and we aren't able to skip one, so we're just going to put a half double crochet in that last stitch, just like we did when we did this row down here. Just one last half double crochet in that last stitch to keep that corner straight without trying to add any stitches. Now again, we just chain 1 this time on this row because we're going back to our single crochet row. So we just start right off into the first stitch, single crochet, and single crochet all the way back across. Remember, the single crochet is just going in the V, yarning over and pulling out, and then yarning through both hoops on the hook. So just that initial single crochet beginner stitch. When you get down to the end of this row, you'll skip that one stitch, put a single crochet into the top of the chain 2 that you did on the previous row, and then you'll chain 2 and turn, remember, because then you're going to go back to that half double crochet row. And it just repeats those 2 rows all the way till the project is done. So give me just a second here and I'll show you what it will look like when we pull it out. There is the prairie stitch. Every other row is a single crochet row. Every other row is a skip stitch, 2 half double crochet, skip stitch, 2 half double crochet. I will put the pattern in the comments and also in the video. I do apologize for my voice tonight with you guys. I have a little bit of a head cold going on, but I'm so glad we got to share the prairie stitch tonight. I hope it's one that you enjoy. Hopefully you can make some scarves with it for Chase the Chill, or even a nice little baby blanket. The yarn that I'm using is a softer yarn. I apologize for coughing. It's made by Craftist. It is a little bit slick, so that's why my needle was kind of moving around there. So it's a great stitch to use softer yarns on. I do recommend that because it is such a flexible stitch that just looks really pretty with those little flower fans, the way they fan out like that. The needle I'm using this week is again the H. If you want to use the same needle and thread that I'm using, feel free. But there's the Prairie Stitch. So make sure you send us some of your projects. Let us know what you're making and how things are going. And we will tune in next Friday for another 100 Fridays of 100 Stitches. Thank you and happy crocheting.